Hi everyone. For this question, the mass in gram of plums of a certain kind have the distribution normal with mean 55, variance 18. So first we have to know what is our x here represent. It will represent the mass of the plum and it is distributed normal 55, variance 18. So for the first questions, find the probability that the plum chosen at random has a mass. So means x between, not equal, 50 and 60 gram. So to solve this, we identify our x here. Beginning our x here is distributed normal, means this question need to be solved in normal. Then the step will be change it to standard form. Then we draw out the standard graph normal, the standard normal graph. Then we find it from the table to get answer. So to change to z-score, 50 need to minus with mean over standard deviation, square root 18. In distribution, we use variance. In finding z-score, we use standard deviation, so we need to square root 18. Then x change to z. For this 60 will minus mean over standard deviation. So express your z-score in 2 decimal. So round off to 2 decimal, it will be negative 1.18. Z-score only have 2 decimal because our table only show us 2 decimal in normal graph, normal table. First decimal and following by second decimal. So continue. After we get the z-score, we draw the standard normal graph and negative 1.18 at left hand side, positive 1.18 at right hand side. In between. So in order to find from table, we always remember table only have tail side, right tail or left tail. So to get the middle region here, we take 1 minus the left tail. So the left tail z more than positive value 1.18. So for the right tail also z more than 1.18 means 2 tail. 2 same tail here. So read out 1.181190. So you can let your answer in decimal also or fraction. Then we go for question number 2. Find the probability that the plum chosen has the mass, so x, at most means maximum less than equal 40 gram. So the procedure to solve this is same like questions 1. X is start from normal, then we change to z, draw out the standard normal graph, find out from table to get answer. Changing to z, 40 minus mean over standard deviation. Let your z to be 2 decimal. Then we draw out the region. Negative at left hand side, less than that we will shift to this part. So we're going to read the tail. So we're going to read the tail of negative. It will be similar as the tail of positive. So tail result will be written as z bigger than. So this is mean tail. Tail of negative same as tail of positive 3.54. 3.54. So 002. 0002. Then for the question number 3, the heaviest 5% of the plum classified as extra large. Find the minimum mass for the extra large. So the probability for the mass bigger than or equal to a value of mass. So it will be classified as extra large. Having 5% means probability 0.05. So you have to bigger than some amount of mass, then only we understand that that plum is extra large. So the mass have to be greater or equal to the mass. So our flow of solving still same. Start with normal and then go to Z, draw the graph, find from table to get answer. But a bit different from before because before these two questions, the mass is given. Now mass is not given, probability is given. So we are starting from an equation here, left hand side and right hand side you can see. So to proceed this question, we need to change it to Z. So for n, procedure same, minus mean over standard deviation. So write your probability together because the probability is given. Then we denoted this Z score that we don't know as a A. So I represent this as a symbol A so that for us easier to write it. So for this Z score that we don't know, we need to guess whether it is negative value or positive value. If we put it in negative value, you more than that, this region is more than half, but this figure here is not even reach 0.5. So this figure is very small, but region is very big. So means that this region and your figure does not fit each other. Our Z value is not negative value. It's supposed at right hand side positive value. More than that, yes, this region can be fulfilled with the figure given. So when your region not more than half, your figure will not more than 0.5. So here we have, so we understand that this tail value is 0.05. To find from table means we need to read the reading A to get this tail 0.05. Go to the statistic table. For the last page here, we have a check. The probability 0.05. We can have a Z score in 4 decimal, which is 1.6449. So A, 1.6449. Then we substitute back the A. Just now I represent it by n minus 55 over square root 18. Then simplify, which means that how to get your n? It will be 1.6449 times with your square root 18 and then add back 55. 61.98. So do we need to round off this? The answer is no need. Why? Because n here is represented with your mass. Your mass is a continuous random variable, so it can be supposed accept in decimal. So we no need to round off it into integers or into the whole number. So let it be with the decimals. Then we go for question B. The mass in the gram of the apple of a certain kind has a distribution. So now with the different things, just now is plum. Now y is represent also the mass. Y, mass of apple. So I didn't use x because x just now I already represent it as mass of plum. So now I represent it with y. Y distributed normal 67, variance we don't know. It is given that half of the apple has the mass. So the mass between 62, 72, half of the apple, which means the probability will be 0.5. So half. Maximum probability is 1. When you half, 1 divide 2, so probability will be 0.5. To start this question, we identify this. We start with the situation or status of normal. Then follow through the procedure. Normal will need to change to Z. Then throw out the graph, read from the table to get answer. Change to Z, 62 minus 67 over standard deviation sigma. So Y will need to change to Z. So what we need to do is find out this standard deviation. So here we have negative 5 per sigma. Here is positive 5 per sigma. So when you want to draw this, it will be easier because one is negative, one is positive, very obvious. This is negative 5 over sigma, this is 5 over sigma. In between here, the region will be 0.5. So look at the diagram that you're drawing. How do you read from the table? How do you get this region 0.5? From the table, it will mean that 1 minus the left tail and the right tail, so that only we can get this region 0.25. So 1 minus the tail of negative, which is read as positive 5 over sigma, and then minus another tail, which is same, so 2 tail, 2 same tail. Then after overall region minus these 2 same tail, then only we can get the probability 0.5. So we simplify here. Alright, so move it to the left hand side. This one move out. Minus we get 0.5. Divide by 2. And then what reading can give you 0.25? Refer to the last page here, 0.25. The reading of 6745. So find out our sigma. It will be 5 divided by 0.6745. So give your answer more than 3 significant figures. That's all for these questions.